Hey everyone! If you're a regular Knightshade Studios content enjoyer, you might have noticed that I've been working on some epic 40k armies lately. The aim was to create that old school painting feel of the 90s within a rather limited time frame. To give you some insights on how I approached this task, I made a tutorial video for one of the most iconic models of the badge, the Thunderhawk. As you might have noticed, we're painting the whole Space Marines army as Ultramarines, second company to be precise. Therefore we start with the base coat of McCrack Blue, which is conveniently offered in a spray can as a primer and base coat. Next we grab a bottle of lead belcher and paint all the silver metal parts. It's the second most prominent color on this model, so take your time. For all the red details we use Mephiston red as a base coat. After applying the first three base paints, it's time for our first shade, namely Nuln Oil, all over the whole model. I know shades, washes and inks don't get that much love from the pro painting community, and I myself haven't had used really much of them lately, but for some painting aesthetics they're really helpful. I'm all for non-dogmatic use of anything that fits your purpose anyway. After shading the whole model with Nuln Oil, we move on with the silver parts by applying Iron Breaker. While applying this paint we make sure to spare the most recessed areas. Now it's time to take on the shiny yellow. We start with Avalon Sunset for the Aquilas. As a shade we use Fuegian Orange to reconstruct the orangey look of the old yellow Aquilas found in the old paintings. At this step my focus lies not on being very neat, because I know I will be going over the blue parts with McCrack Blue again. Then we apply a 50-50 mix of Avalon Sunset and Ereal Yellow. Next we apply a mix of Flash Gits and Ereal Yellow as a layer and keep mixing it down till it's only Flash Gits left in the mix, which is the lighter color of them both. You might know this basic principle from the famous heavy metal painting style. We go back to McCrack Blue for the blue areas. This model has way too many recesses to work with line shading on the main areas, which is why it makes more sense to apply the shade all over and reapply the base color on the raised areas. After the base coat is back on track, we start highlighting the blue areas with a mix of McCrack and Calgar Blue. Here we use the same principle as with the yellow parts before. After the blue is finished, we round up the silver parts with the final highlight of Stormhost Silver. Having the silver parts finished as well, we now apply another base color, which is Mephiston Red again. Because we had to finish the silver parts underneath the red weapon casings first, we have 2 rounds of Mephiston red. We repeat the shading process with nylon oil on the red parts. Then we clean up again with Mephiston red. And highlight all the red areas with a mix of Evil Sun Scarlet and Wild Rider red. For the cockpit window we use one of my favorite paints, Caliban Green, as a base coat. Next we add layers of Warpstone Glow. At first we mix it with Caliban Green and then we apply it separately. Afterwards we mix Warpstone Glow with Mood Green, and you can use some final highlights of pure Mood Green if you like. Then we use Abaddon Black for some line shading. We're now almost done with painting the amazing Thunderhawk. All we have left to do is paint some freehands with Corex White. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you like how the Thunderhawk turned out, and I hope you took away something from this video. If you'd like to stay updated on tutorials and other content, hit the subscribe button and follow Knightshade Studios for more.